welcome for our next installment of the Cougar Talk. Here we got some football folks here, so a couple of coaches and one of our newest students here. We're excited to have them, Mason Cox. Before we really get started, let's go ahead and open up with a word of prayer. Let's go to the Lord. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for today. Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for all of our sponsors. Thank you for all of our players, our coaches, our parents. Lord, just it's a blessing to be here at Crenshaw Christian Academy. Lord, just bless this episode. Let us come away with a little bit of fun, a little bit of information, and just a little bit of just good times along with it. In Jesus' name we all pray. Amen. All right, like we said, we got Mason Cox. He's an incoming sophomore, big lineman. Man, we're excited to have him. We got Coach B as always, Coach Ryan on the offense. Is that right? Yeah. And as always, me, Keith. I'm the least important of us all. So we got Stephen Frost behind the camera, so thank you, Stephen. So, Coach, it's hot out there. How's practice going, man?
It's going well. A little bit warm, like you said. But we got to take a lot of precautions because of make sure we stay healthy.
Yeah.
Follow all the state guidelines and everything. But it's can't ask for a better group of guys right now, working hard, putting everything they got into it, and getting better each day.
Yeah, I saw all the water coolers out there when I pulled up, man. Half the group was running to the waters, the other one running back. I see you got that going on. So have you had any injuries or anything yet with heat or anything like that going?
No heat illnesses, but we're taking a lot of precautions because of it, making sure that,
That's good.
Doing a lot more individual coaching, slowing it down a little bit. Still get our work in. I'm sure Mason tell you, like, we got to get our conditioning in, but we have to do it in the safest way possible.
That's right. Mason, how long you been playing football, buddy?
It's fifth grade.
Fifth grade. Oh,
No,
man.
Kindergarten.
Kindergarten.
K5, not fifth grade. K5.
You mean just from the womb? You just came out playing football, right?
As soon as I could. I started a year early, I think.
Yeah. Is it your favorite sport? I know you play baseball too.
Football is my favorite.
Football.
Always has been.
Why is it your favorite?
Physical.
I hear you. Yeah. I've seen you out there hitting, man. I wouldn't want to line up opposite of you.
Yes, sir.
That's
He's
it.
built for it, ain't he?
He is built for it, man. So I guess you can be playing some of the line and
Left tackle.
and left tackle. That's good. Are you seeing something different at CCA than you've seen at other places that you like?
Yeah, I mean, the atmosphere is way better. I can say that. That's one thing I have noticed.
That's
the
awesome.
players, you can talk to all of them. They're all nice.
That's right. Old Dr. Eddie Billings, he's a CCA alumni. He's one of our sponsors. He wanted me to ask old Mason how football's going, and so Mason, what do you tell all the potential people out there looking at CCA? You'd say, come on.
Yes, come on.
Yeah, I hear you. Thank you, Dr. Eddie Billings. He's a local dentist here in town. Does a great job. He's well involved with the program. Love that guy. So Coach, Ace Hardware question here. What do we need to grow? What are you seeing that, man, we got to get better at this?
We got to always pick up on the details. That's where the game's really won and lost is in the details. We got to get better each day. We've changed a good bit of the things that we do, although keeping it a little bit the same. So we're still very old school, but it's just terminology is a little bit different. So communication's always key, and we got to make sure we're all on the same page every day, every Friday night.
I hear you, and that's all what from a Ace Hardware perspective. They're about fixing things, and so if you need some hardware needs, look at the number below, as you can see pop up on the screen, and so some of the stuff that's already fixed. What are you seeing that's going good for you so far?
Going well. We've really hit the weight room a great job throughout the off season, throughout last school year, but especially the last few weeks, seen a lot of gains. And that's a huge plus for us. We got a lot of depth in some key positions that we've missed in the last couple of years. That's really going to put us over the top, I believe. So that's something I'm really excited about, and being able to get a good, solid, hard practice in on a day-to-day basis.
There you go. This is your second year in. You walked in pretty late in the game last year, so you had to pretty much take what was given to you. This year, I like the depth. You seem to got a lot more numbers. That's really good. And that with the weight room, one of the games on the schedule is Sparta, and here we go. This question's a fun one from Frost Brothers. Look at the number below. Steven's always behind the camera. But so Sparta, I hate to age you, but I'm going to age you. I just saw on Facebook you had a 20-year class reunion, you old man.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd ever get there. Dang sure doesn't seem as old as it used to be, at least when I was on the beginning side of that 20 years out of school. But yeah, it was great to get back and see a lot of old faces. Some I see on a regular basis, but the majority of them, that's the first time I've seen in over a decade.
That's good.
But
That's
it was a really good group of people that I was able to go to school with. They have a ton of school pride for the home school, but it's like I told them, I'll root for them 9 weeks out of the year.
There you go, my man.
Come
Yeah.
October.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not rooting for them that night.
So you used to coach there, didn't you?
I did. First
Yeah.
2 years in coaching, officially in coaching.
Uh-huh.
I coached there, and like I said, Coach Russ Brown, Coach Alton Hudson mean a lot to me, gave me an opportunity to get started as I was switching careers. Love them to death for it, but like I said, I'll root for them the rest of the year, but not that night.
There you go. There you go. What do you think about this old guy on the sidelines with you?
I don't know about
Coach
old.
Ryan.
I don't know about old. If I call him old, I got to call him
I don't know. I see
old.
some grays in there.
There'll be more of them if he keeps coaching. But nah, having Coach Ryan around has been a blessing. It speaks a lot of modern football terminology, being able to bounce ideas off of people. Like I said, just great to have. Atmosphere-wise, I feel like he's getting along great with the student athletes as well. So it's been good so far. I hope he agrees with that. And I look forward to a great year and eventually being able to maybe turn over some of this to someone else one day down the road. So
Hopefully that's a long way down the road. Plus it'd be a little awkward if he didn't agree
turn
with
over the whole thing. No,
okay, good.
Not even trying
good.
to hint at anything like that.
Yeah, good. All right. So Julia's Restaurant's going to offer sponsor this next question. Great food in Troy. Look at the number below. Ran by a great family here at CCA, and just you go there, and if you leave hungry, it's your own fault. So let's talk about the offense a little bit, Ryan. Tell me about what you got planned for the offense. Without getting into too many, play schemes or whatever.
I'll keep it pretty basic. We're going to be probably more multiple.
Yeah,
a lot of people know. Got a ton of weapons. Obviously, the strength is going to be the offensive line, but we've got a really good set of skill position players that are like, I would say, Swiss Army knives. They can play multiple positions.
That's
so we're
awesome.
going to be dangerous, and we're going to be deadly.
That's awesome. You're going to try to control that line of scrimmage right up there.
I feel like
Hard to win without doing it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. So Sasser Enterprise is bringing you this next one. She does a lot, Miss Sasser, and they do a lot for the school, a lot for the community. So yeah, Sasser Enterprises. Let's talk about defense, Coach. Tell me about the defense. What you got going on for defense?
We're gonna pray. Nah, it's
P-R-E-Y.
There you go. I love it. Look at that. That was
but
quick.
We've had a pretty good defense the last several years, and we're just hoping that with some depth and stuff we can improve upon it. So we're really excited. Like I said, adding some more depth across the defense and across offense and defensive lines is going to pay off tremendously for us. Just getting better day by day in practice and just quality reps over anything else should help us. But we never know until we find out on Friday night. So.
Yeah, that depth. Sometimes the big guys need a break, and sometimes, just sending someone out there for a drive just is enough to do it. Which one do you like better, defense or offense, bud?
Offense.
Offense, why is that?
Because you get to block people. On defense, it's just really one thing.
Yeah.
Offense, you can hit almost anybody.
Until you sack that first quarterback. Then you're addicted, right? That's my man. So as we get started with the season, you got a lot of school stuff happening, getting started with classroom. Are you excited about waking up early again? And
No, not really.
Not
but I can
really.
do it.
That's right. You got to. That's right. So from a starting school perspective, are we going to increase practices going forward? We're going to scale back some. We're going to change them up.
Well, I mean, our times will change. We'll just go right after school versus throughout the summer we were mornings, more days than evenings.
Yeah.
And we did that. I know a lot of times teenagers, myself included, 20 years ago, don't like getting up particularly early in the morning Well, from a coaching standpoint, you get a lot of those summer showers in the afternoon, not the morning. So
we were talking about
we
that.
went
Yeah.
through practice this whole summer and only lost 1 or 2 days that we had to go inside. So that was huge for us. To be able to go outside and get our conditioning in, to get our footwork drills in. You can do them inside, but it's just something about, being on the grass, being acclimated to where we need to be. That was a huge benefit. And obviously once fall camp began, we started going in the afternoons. We backed it up a little bit more. So it'd be hopefully a little bit cooler. Not that I think it was much cooler.
Right.
But it was cool.
It was 92 today instead of 99. I mean,
but the heat index is still rocking. And like I said, and we got to be safe with the young men here and make sure, between the heat index and the humidity levels and everything, make sure we get plenty of breaks, that we're not overextending. And the state does a great job and over the next several practices of limiting the amount of time that you can be in pads, limiting the amount of time you have contact drills, things like that we're going to do it, with the staff we have here. Everybody's very knowledgeable about it and making sure that we stay in compliance with what we're supposed to. But the compliance is the least part of my worry. It's just making sure that we stay healthy.
There you go.
And if we follow those things, we should be healthy.
There you go. Talk about film in the film room. Is that a big deal when it comes to coaching?
Oh yeah, it's a great deal. Coach Russell Lawrence has handled a lot of our film duties. Coach is already breaking down stuff, looking at self-scouting kind of things.
Nice.
So I mean, thing is, we got some early opponents that either we have played or haven't. I mean, Fort Dale, there's been some Jamboree games the last couple of years that we start off with them, but there hasn't been a real game since the early 2000s. So I'm sure there's things that we haven't seen that they'll do. They've had a great senior class last year, but that means they're going to be relying on some underclassmen this year. So therefore, they may be different than what they've been in the past because you got to coach to your player skill sets.
Yeah, I was going to ask about, when you first start a year, you don't know what players they have. They may have the same coaches with the same plays, but how do you start off a year with film on your first game you hadn't played anybody yet?
And that's the thing. You got to really take care of what you do. And if you're lucky enough to find out stuff about players, that's great. But early on, when you got a team that's having a lot of new players, you just got to respect the game of football itself and be prepared.
I hear you.
Do what you do and do it well, hopefully, because everybody's going to be struggling with it. The heats, every team's getting acclimated to it the first game or two. But then we played Clark Prep the second game, and I think the last time we played Clark Prep, it was Grove Hill Academy still then.
Oh, wow.
And it was like 1979.
Is that right?
So
That's a little bit of history right there, yeah.
That's somebody I haven't necessarily seen ever in my lifetime because I'm not that old.
You're getting close.
But at the same time, we got to play CCA football.
Yeah,
If we take care of us, then we at least should give ourselves a shot at winning. And therefore, the biggest thing that we do is self-scout ourselves right now.
There you go. I like that, self-scout. I'm going to go Google that, yeah. Well, is there anything else you guys want to talk about before we end the session? It's been a great session. Thank you guys for joining.
No, we appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate Mason being here. Really looking forward to a great season. Like I said, a lot of young men with a chance to step up and shine that have played key role player positions in the past. That they're primed and ready, and I think this team's really excited to get out there and put on a show. Now we just gotta get out there and do it.
Well, Coach, as a parent and as a player's parent, we're very proud of what you've done so far this last year, and I see you've got visions and plans on building on what we've already gotten successful with so far. Super excited about the people you're bringing in. Got the new students coming in this year, and man, we got you for 3 years, 10th, 11th, and 12th. I'm excited. So, just super proud of everything you're doing. So I appreciate that. Yeah. Well, that does it, guys. This episode right here is brought to you by Pike County Co-op, Southeast Gas, Dee's Diner, and Flint Smokehouse. Those last two are good to eat, and they're doing good. They're going to be sponsoring some of our food for our players before the game, so big thanks to them. Couldn't do it without Pike County Co-op and Southeast Gas also, keeping these water heaters going for these smelly guys and take these good showers. That about does it. Thank you all, and we'll see you next time. Bye. All right.